Now I'm recording. Okay. So GitHub is sort of the, like the Facebook of coders, right? You got to have a GitHub. You got to sort of put your stuff on GitHub. If anything were to happen catastrophic, like you lost your laptop or spilled something on it, you would have your code available on GitHub. And this actually happened to me, not to me, but to one of my students last time. Their computer crashed, and luckily they had it all saved on GitHub. So if you go to this link, it will direct you to the repository for this class. So you basically, the directions, if you scroll down to the README, there's directions on how to clone the repository. And there's some other information that we'll get to later. But if you want the lecture code, and I encourage you to get the lecture code, you can download it here. So the algorithms will be there. All the code and demonstrations that I do throughout the day will be there as well. Any questions so far? All right, cool. Let me stop sharing for just 1 second. All right. All right. Okay, everybody sees my screen? Okay, so here we go. So day one. I'm just going to talk a little bit about like the sort of introductory stuff. I know you guys heard this with Ed, but I'm just going to go over it real quickly again, just so there's no confusion. So the first thing they talk about in the introductory section is finding success through flipped learning. So what does it mean to say, or what does the term a flipped classroom mean? Does anybody know what that means?
Learn first, review second.
Yeah, so basically you're gonna kind of flip it on its head, right? You need to do the readings and try the exercises if you can. If you can't get them done, that's fine. I know it's a lot, but at least go through the reading and code along with the readings. Then when you come to lecture, everybody should have seen the material beforehand, okay? So in essence, if you're not actively reading the material before lecture, you're doing it wrong, right? So you need to, and I know everybody has lives and stuff gets in the way, but make as much of an effort as you can to do the reading before the lecture, okay? And actively reading, again, that means trying the assignments and coding along with the reading, okay? So I was a teacher before. There was this kind of teaching guru named Harry Wong, and he said the person who does the most work learns the most, okay? So basically put in the work, and what you put into it, just like anything else, you'll get out of it, okay? Guidelines and requirements, again, this is all similar to Web Fundamentals. Core versus practice. So the assignments with just the pen are the core assignments. Those are the ones you are responsible for, or the ones that you have to turn in and that they will track you. And if you don't turn them in, they'll send you a nasty email and, so do those. But the practice assignments will give you basically they'll build you up to being able to do the core assignments. Okay, so coding dojo's themes. Again, this is just review, but be present, be humble, and develop strength through struggle. Now, strength through struggle doesn't mean you spend 2 hours trying to figure something out on your own. Okay, so when we break after the lecture, we're going to break out into breakout rooms. I invite you to please stay on Zoom. Don't just sign off and go work on your own. You have the benefit of your peers, work together. I know that this industry tends to attract people who are introverted. I'm definitely an introvert, but put yourself out there, work with each other. And that's basically, I think, most of what you're paying for is each other and me and being able to interact with people and learn together. All right, so again, zero tolerance for abuse and dishonesty. So be respectful. The platform talks about harsh language. That doesn't bother me. I know last time was a similar situation. Everybody was former military and like it wasn't that big of a deal. It doesn't bother me, but you may have instructors in the future that don't like harsh language. So just try to curb it. You want to treat this like it's a workplace, right? So, and don't cheat, right? So just by graduating from a boot camp isn't going to guarantee you a job, right? You have to learn this stuff. You have to be able to do this. So if you're cheating, then there's really no point, right? You have to learn this stuff. So please don't cheat. Graduation requirements. So attendance, 80% is required. Don't pull a Cartman on me, right? It's a South Park reference. If you just like sign on and then go do something else, I will kick you off and mark you absent. So don't just like sign on and then like walk away or something. I've had people do that. So assignments, 90% of core. So again, we can miss one, and I'll tell you which one is if you have to miss one. And then the belt exam, you'll have the opportunity to try for a black belt, but the red belt is what you need to pass, okay? Questions so far about requirements, about the course? Awesome. Okay. Python fundamentals. Give me 1 second.